3. So on the screen, there's going to be our objective. We're going to be making these boxes. We're going to be using our horizontal pilot hole and countersink techniques that we just practiced. And now is where it really counts. So what we need material-wise are the 4 pieces of 1x4 MDF, medium density fiber board. See, that's like fiber. And you can tell it's smooth and flat on one side, and then it's rounded on 2 sides. So that's super important to realize that we've got a shape that we have to line up properly as we're making these boxes, and I'll explain more about that, okay? So 4 pieces, plus we're gonna need 8 of those same types of screws. So pull all 8 of those back out, have them there on the deck ready to go, and we will start to go through this process here, okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about how these boxes are gonna go together, and you're gonna see on the screen a real nice close-up of the layout lines that we're gonna use. So first and foremost, what we're gonna be doing is on 2 of the pieces, that side and that side. So the 2 ends are gonna have a total of 4 screws laid out that are gonna be holding the entire box together, okay? So that's the objective. We're gonna be attaching in a certain pattern, but we're gonna be using this 3/8 of an inch from the bottom edge here, 3/8 down, so that same layout, and 1 inch over, just like we practiced, okay? So on this piece, you're gonna take just 2 of these pieces, and you're gonna make sure that we're drilling through the top surface that has the rounded over edges. So that rounded over edge, you wanna make sure that's what we're drilling down and through, okay? Super important. So here we go. We're gonna do our layout. So I'm gonna clamp that to the deck here so that I can have 2 hands free to work with my multi-mark. I'm gonna go ahead and set that back to 3/8 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, lock it down. Now, what I don't want you to do is we're not gonna draw a line all the way across, okay? That layout line, we would have to sand it or get rid of it, erase it when we paint. So here's one quick step. All I need to do is I'm gonna use my tool and I'm just gonna put a little dot basically where that layout is. So I put the blue body against the back edge. I slide it over so that the left-hand side of the multi-mark tool lines up with the left-hand side of the board, and I make my little mark, just like that, okay? So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see. Now I'm gonna take it over, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put the base, blue base against the bottom. I'm gonna slide it over until my right-hand edge matches the right-hand edge of the board, and I'm gonna come right on that corner and give myself a mark, okay? So all we're doing is just a little tiny pencil mark. So now your layout should look like that, okay? Just a little tiny dot, and that is gonna be the bullseye for our drill. Now, I'm gonna take this, rotate it 180, clamp it back down, and do the same thing to the opposite side, okay? Lining up the left side of my scale, making myself a mark on the top right side. Slide it over to the right, line up the right edge, give myself a mark right there, okay? So there's one board. You're gonna take your second board, same thing. Make sure these rounded edges are facing up, and then we'll clamp that to the table. We're gonna line up the left side to the left side of the scale, make ourselves a mark. Line up the right side, make ourselves a mark. Rotate 180, and do our last layout lines here. Lining up the left side of my scale, give myself a mark. Lining up the right side, give myself the last layout line. Okay, we're done with the multi-mark, so we can go ahead and close that, put it back in our tool pouch so we know where it's at, and that is how your layout should look. Okay, we got 2 marks on the bottom and 2 marks on the top, ready to start assembly. All right, so our next step is we're gonna start laying this out so that we can drill and attach the first back piece, okay? So here's where it gets super important, okay? So we know our layout line is right there. That's gonna be our vertical, that's gonna be sitting on the edge this way. We have to make sure on our second piece that the rounded over edges are facing down against the work surface. Again, rounded over edges are facing down. So rounded over, putting it on the work surface, that's what we're gonna clamp. So the same technique, I'm gonna hold it back from the leading edge about 1/4 of an inch. I'm gonna take my first clamp, bring it in here at about a 45-degree angle, and clamp down that bottom piece that has the rounded edges facing down, okay? Then we're gonna take our layout piece, we're gonna set that up to make our first side of the box. So I'm gonna hold it there. I'm gonna make sure my edges are flush. I'm gonna take my second clamp and do this horizontal clamp trick, making sure my clamp is parallel. Same thing, we want this to clamp clean. So then I'm gonna squeeze that bad boy. And now we've got our first inside 90 degree. Now we're ready to pilot hole drill, okay? The MDF material is a little bit thicker and more dense material. So I'm gonna move my clutch setting back to an 8. So my clutch setting is now at an 8, and we're gonna see if that's gonna be enough torque for us to drive this, okay? So I'm gonna rotate my tool, get my pilot hole and countersink. I'm gonna go down on one knee. I'm gonna line up my drill bit with my layout point, and then just a quick burst, just a cut. And now my tip is secure. Now I'm gonna check top view parallel, side view parallel, hold it, and drill it. Okay, here's what's important. Don't force this all the way through. Because this is more dense material, you're gonna cut about halfway through, and then you're gonna pull your drill bit back out and clear the flutes. Again, don't drill it all in one motion. It's a 2-motion position. So you're gonna drill one and then come back and finish it by just cutting that little bit of the countersink, okay? It's a 2-step process. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and flip, clear the flutes, lock in the driver bit, grab my screw, and we're gonna fasten this first side. Okay, excellent. Clutch setting 8 felt really good, so I think we're good. Now we'll go ahead and drill the second side, okay? So we'll take off the horizontal clamp, we'll rotate back to our pilot, we'll set that up on my mark, trigger, and then check my top view, side view, drill halfway through, and then pull out and clear the flutes. Drill the rest, and cut your countersink. Okay? Rotate, clear it, take your second screw, drive it. Excellent. Okay, I'm doing a little field check, and the second one for me is a little bit proud, so I'm going to fix that right now. I'm going to reverse out that screw. I'm going to change my bit back. I'm going to just barely touch it so it adds a little bit more depth. Clear it, change it, drive it. That I like a whole lot better. All right, so let's get into the next step, okay? So you go ahead and release your first section, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate that just flat. So you had it clamped there, you're gonna rotate it 180, so now we're gonna put on the second side of the box, okay? So same process, we're gonna leave it about 1/4 of an inch behind the front surface. We're gonna take our first clamp in at a 45-degree angle, clamp that bad boy down. We're gonna take our second piece that we already have laid out with our lines and our marks, and we're gonna do that same process. We're gonna put that end right here, line it up flush, and then come in here with our horizontal clamp and clamp it nice and snug, okay? Now we're ready to go ahead and pilot and countersink. So let's go ahead and switch our bit out, take a good safe position, line up that drill bit tip, trigger just real quick, and then you can line up your parallel top view, side view, hold it, drill halfway through, back it out, clear the flutes, drill it all the way in, and then cut your countersink and pull it back out. Clear it. Rotate 180 so you got your Phillips driving bit. Take your screw, set your screw in. Excellent, that feels really good. I'm going to remove the second clamp so that I can get to our second layout marker. Rotate back to the drill and countersink. Find my mark, trigger it quickly, check my top view, side view, hold position, drill halfway in, clear the flutes, finish the drill, cut the countersink. Excellent, kind of clear the debris there, clear the flutes, grab your second screw. All right, so here we go. We're down to the last two sides that we're going to attach. So now we're going to release the left-hand clamp, and we're going to rotate this upside down. So that is going to be the position we're working next, okay? So now we're going to take the last piece that we have, and super important, we want the rounded edges facing down against the table, okay? So that's going to be your position. Same technique. We're going to come in here and put our clamp at a 45 degree, clamp that piece down, making sure you've got about 1/4 of an inch right here on the leading edge. And then you're going to slide this over the top and line up our first two sides, okay? So we want it nice and flush on the right-hand side. And then don't worry about the back right now. We're only worried about this top front corner, okay? So make sure that's flush, and then let's add our horizontal clamp back into position. And then now we're ready to go ahead and drill our side view here, okay? So let's go ahead and get into position, rotate, get our pilot hole bit on our mark, quick little pulse, line up our top view, line up our side view, drill halfway in, pull back out, clear the flutes, drill back in, and cut your countersink. Excellent. Rotate back to your driver bit, clear the flutes, drive your screw. Okay, we're getting in a rhythm here. Check it. Ooh, that one was really nice. Okay, then we'll release the second clamp and do the same process. Line it up, trigger, check my parallel on the side from the bottom, drill halfway through, pull back out and clear. Drill the remaining, cut my countersink, looking good. Clear it, change my driver bit. I like to clear the debris out of the countersink too before I actually drive the screw, because that may cause, again, the screw to sit a little bit proud because we've got the countersink is full of material. So that one I'm feeling is a little bit proud, so I'm going to fix that. Fix it while we got it clamped. So I remove, I rotate. I'm going to get just a little touch. That's all it takes, just a little, so we don't go too deep. Clear it, change it, drive it. Excellent, mucho better. All right, now what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to release the left clamp. We're going to rotate the whole thing 180 and set it up. Same deal, about 1/4 of an inch back. Bring in our left-hand clamp at a 45, clamp it into place. And then this is where we're going to make an adjustment. You can see my box, the side edge is about 1/8 of an inch to the left. Well, I want to push that over and make sure it lines up nice and flush. Well, I'm going to do that and then clamp it down, okay? So I'm going to get my clamp in where I want it. Then I'm going to push that over till it's flush, and then I'm going to clamp it into place to hold that area so that it's nice and flush. All right, so I'm going to check that clamp. I'm flush here. Now I'm ready to drill my first pilot hole. Drill bit on the mark, quick little trigger, check my top, check my side, drill halfway in, pull back out, clear the flutes, drill back in, cut my countersink, clear it, change my bit, grab my screw, and drive it. Excellent. All right, now we're going to release the right-hand clamp. And last but not least, here we go. This is the last one in our box. Line up our bit, quick pulse, and then check my lineup, and drill halfway through, pull back out, clear the flutes, drill the rest of the way, cut the countersink, clear it, clear my drill bit, drive my last screw, check it with my thumb. That is looking beautiful. Safety my tool, put it on the deck, release my one clamp, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful box all put together for us.